Have you ever heard of a place that's just an hour away from Skardu, yet feels worlds apart from civilization? A valley where pine trees grow so dense that sunlight barely reaches the ground. Where meadows are so green and vibrant, they look like emeralds scattered across the earth. And where streams run so crystal clear you can see your reflection in the water. This isn't a fairy tale. This is reality. This is Basho Valley. A hidden treasure nestled in Pakistan's northern regions, a place the world has yet to fully discover. Skardu. A name that ignites passion in every Pakistani traveler's heart. The beauty of Shigar. The magnificent history of Kaplu. And the vast landscapes of Deosai. These places are famous, the first choice for tourists. But just 20 to 25 kilometers from Skardu lies a place more special than all of these, simply because it hasn't been touched by commercial tourism. There are no concrete hotels here, no luxury resorts, and no queues at selfie points. Here, there's only nature, in its purest, most untouched form. Basho Valley. A name that hasn't yet trended on social media, but one that has transformed the lives of everyone who's seen it. Locals call this valley Skardu's Switzerland, and when you arrive, you understand why. Dense pine forests that seem like a miracle in Skardu's otherwise dry landscape. Wide green meadows where you could spend hours simply lying down and gazing at the sky. Snow-covered mountains standing in the background like silent guardians. Water so pure you can count the pebbles beneath. But all of this is only visible when you visit at the right time. May to September. These are the months when Basho is in its full glory. In May and June, when the snow melts, the valley fills with fresh greenery. Flowers bloom, and it feels as if the earth has donned new clothes. July and August. These are the peak months when the valley turns completely emerald green, perfect for camping and trekking. In September, a cool breeze begins to blow, the crowds thin out, and the valley starts to turn golden. A paradise for photographers. But after October, Basho transforms. The weather becomes rapidly harsh. From November to March, travel is almost impossible. Roads close, heavy snowfall begins, temperatures drop so low that survival becomes a challenge. The valley enters complete isolation, with only a few local families remaining who call this harsh environment home. This is the time when Basho becomes a survival zone, when tourism completely stops. So the question is, what exactly is it about Basho Valley that makes people accept this difficult journey? Why are people willing to leave proper roads and travel on rough jeep tracks? Today, we take you on a journey where beauty awaits at every turn, adventure at every step, and a new experience in every moment. This is Basho Valley, Pakistan's secret that remains hidden. Basho Valley sits at approximately 9,800 to 11,200 feet above sea level, or if we measure in meters, 3,000 to 3,400 meters. This is an altitude where oxygen becomes slightly scarce, where breathing becomes a bit difficult if you're not accustomed to it, and where every step makes you feel you're approaching the roof of the world. The upper meadows and trekking areas are even higher, accessible only to those who are physically fit and mentally prepared. Geographically, Basho Valley is located in the foothills of the Karakoram Range, among those mighty mountains that include some of the world's highest peaks. Surrounding the valley are snow-covered peaks, mostly unnamed and unexplored, standing here for centuries like silent guardians. High-altitude ridges extend from the Deosai Plateau side, giving the valley a natural boundary. These aren't just mountains, they're walls that separate Basho from the rest of the world, making it a secret paradise. The valley's landscape features wide alpine meadows that look like carpets during summer. Dense pine forests, rare in the Skardu region, exist here in abundance, an ecological wonder. Rocky cliffs and narrow passes give the valley dramatic structure. A new view from every angle, a new picture at every turn. Speaking of water, Basho Nala, a local stream formed from glacial meltwater, is the valley's lifeline. Freshwater springs burst from the ground, so clean and cold you can drink directly from them. All this water eventually flows into the Indus River system. The Indus itself is approximately 8 to 12 kilometers aerial distance from Basho, on the valley's south side. The Deosai Plateau also has an indirect natural connection to Basho through historical shepherd routes and seasonal grazing paths. Even today, some traditional high-altitude trails lead from Basho toward the Deosai side, though these aren't tourist roads, but challenging trekking routes. But where did the name Basho come from? Among local explanations, the most popular is that in the Balti language, Basho means green pasture or grazing ground, a perfectly fitting name for the meadows that bloom here every summer. Another oral tradition suggests the name comes from seasonal shepherds who would make temporary stays or bash here. Basho's first settlers were Balti shepherds and herders who came here from Skardu and nearby villages during summers, staying with their livestock. This seasonal use has been happening for centuries, but permanent settlement developed approximately 200 to 300 years ago. Initially, this was only a summer pasture. People would come, stay for a few months, then leave. Gradually, families settled permanently. A village formed, and Basho became a permanent place. Basho wasn't the center of any great war or empire. No magnificent forts were built here. No historical battles fought. But it has its own quiet significance. Part of the grazing economy, a source of forest resources, and an important point for natural shelter routes. This is part of the survival history of people who learn to live in simplicity, who spend their lives in partnership with nature. When you step into Basho Valley during summer, you feel as if you've entered a painting. Dense pine forests are so thick that if you look up, you only see small patches of sky. Sunlight filters through the branches, creating golden patterns on the ground. The scent of pine in the air is so strong that you can tell where you are even with your eyes closed. Walking beneath these forests is like meditation. Cool shade, soft pine needles absorbing every footstep, and the gentle sound of a distant stream. Emerging from the forests, you reach wide alpine meadows, open spaces where your gaze extends far into the distance. Water so transparent you can see every pebble beneath. By September, the valley begins to turn golden, and during sunrise and sunset, the entire valley glows like fire. This is a beauty that cameras cannot fully capture. It must be felt, seen with full heart. But as October ends, Basho begins to take on a different form. Pine forests now appear darker, meadows lose their color, the cold wind intensifies, and families know it's time to prepare for winter. Preparation begins in August. By September and October, it reaches its peak. Families know that for the next 4 to 5 months, no help will come from outside, so wheat and flour are stocked. Rice, lentils, dried vegetables, potatoes stored in special storage pits. Dried apricots, kubani, which are local, become a source of vitamins, salt, tea leaves, cooking oil, everything needed for survival. Fuel collection is the most critical task. Wood is cut during summer and dried for months. Dried animal dung is carefully collected. It serves as both fuel and necessity. Medicines, fever, pain, flu medications, bandages, antiseptic. There are no options. Hospitals are far. Roads will be closed, and traditional remedies must be relied upon. Livestock, which are the family's lifeline, are kept in closed sheds. Dry grass collected during summer becomes their feed. Mobile signals don't work. The internet is practically unavailable. Weeks pass without any outside contact. Schools close. Some children go to lower altitude hostels. The rest learn at home from parents. Daily routine becomes simple. Morning livestock feeding, snow clearing, afternoon clothes mending, tool repairs, fuel rationing, evening family gatherings, stories, prayers. Time is measured not by clocks, but by seasons. This is Basho's duality: paradise in summer, jihad in winter. Basho Valley is paradise for both adventure lovers and peace seekers. If you're trekking for the first time, there's hardly a better place. Basho Meadows Walk, a flat, grassy area where a 2 to 3 hour leisurely walk is family-friendly and a treasure trove for photographers. Basho Forest Trail takes you inside pine forests. Soft trail, easy gradient. A 3 to 4 hour round walk where nature shows its beauty at every turn. Riverside Basho Nala Trail has you walking alongside the stream, the sound of water becoming your companion. Low difficulty, ideal in summer. But if you want a challenge, there's the trek from Basho toward the Deosai side. A 2 to 3 day journey. High altitude, unpredictable weather, experience required. The Upper Basho Alpine Meadows Trek lasts 1 to 2 days, with steep climbs, camping necessary. These treks are for those who want to test their limits. Wide open green fields where both sunrise and sunset are unforgettable. Forest clearings provide natural shelter from wind, shade, and water nearby. Streamside camps are perfect in summer. Freshwater access. Guides aren't necessary for short walks, but for long treks, local guides are strongly recommended. These people know the routes, understand weather patterns, have wildlife experience, and can handle emergency situations. Guides can be found in Skardu or nearby villages, but Basho's true soul lies in its local life. Morning starts after Fajr prayer, feeding animals, milk collection. This is the routine. During the day, field work, collecting wood or grass, house and tool repairs. Evening family meals, serving guests if present, then early sleep because electricity is limited. The main occupation is livestock herding, sheep, goats, cows, and seasonal farming. Whatever grows does so only during the short summer, and its harvest determines the entire year's survival. Food culture is simple: balti roti, rice and lentils, ghee and butter, apricot products, simple soups. Cooking happens on wood or dung stoves, using slow methods. Houses are built from stone and mud, thick walls for insulation, flat roofs, small windows. Function matters more than beauty. Community bonding here is part of survival, helping each other in farming, collective support in emergencies, winter survival as shared responsibility. Living alone here is impossible. Education awareness is increasing, but young people are migrating toward cities. Lifestyle is still mostly traditional, but change is coming, slowly but surely. So what have we learned about Basho Valley? Just that it's a beautiful place with pine forests and meadows? No, Basho teaches us a much deeper lesson. Basho Valley reminds us that Pakistan still has places untouched by the circus of the tourism industry, where there's no barrage of selfie sticks, where Instagram influencers haven't yet claimed territory, and where nature exists in its true form, untouched, unspoiled, unpolluted. Just 20 kilometers from Skardu lies a world completely opposite to our city rush, our social media addiction, and our materialistic lives. Here, people live with so few resources yet with such intensity that all our problems seem small. Look at those families who prepare for winter starting in August, who plan their entire lives for 5 months, who wake up every day with the uncertainty of what tomorrow's weather will bring. Look at those children who are happy without luxury toys, who work in fields alongside their parents. Look at those women who work from morning to evening without complaint. These people show us what life truly means. In simplicity, in hard work, in community, and in a respectful relationship with nature. But Basho Valley is in danger. Climate change is already affecting Himalayan regions. Weather patterns are changing. Snowfall is becoming unpredictable. Glaciers are melting. The younger generation is migrating towards cities because opportunities here are limited. If we don't pay attention, Basho will become like countless other places that have lost their soul due to commercialization or abandonment. So now the question is for you. Will you do something for Basho? Will you go there as a responsible traveler? Will you carry this story forward? If you're planning to visit Basho, and you absolutely should, remember a few things. Bring your trash back with you. Don't use plastic at all. Hire local guides so the community benefits. Buy from local families. Respect their culture. Don't photograph them without permission. Don't disturb nature. No damage to trees. No harassment of wildlife. If you can't physically go there, you can still do a lot. Share this story with your friends and family. Talk about Basho on social media, but responsibly. Don't over-promote the location so everyone rushes there. Support organizations working on conservation in northern areas. Raise your voice against climate change. Basho Valley awaits you. Those pine forests where even silence speaks. Those meadows where every flower tells its story. Those streams where water is so clear you can see into your soul. Those people who have embraced simplicity and found happiness. But remember, this isn't just a tourist destination. It's someone's home, someone's homeland, someone's entire world. When you go as a guest, not as a conqueror. Every view, every share, every responsible visit helps preserve Basho. Because if we don't protect Basho today, tomorrow only pictures will remain, only memories will remain, and only regret that when we had time, we did nothing. This is Basho Valley, Skardu's Switzerland, Pakistan's hidden gem, nature's gift. Preserve it, respect it, share it, and when you return from there, bring back not just photos but a new perspective on what truly matters in life and how we should live.